the developer for this that owns both of these properties. I'd just like to remind everybody, both properties are zoned light industrial, and were zoned when we acquired both of them. We're not really talking about whether or not the project's going to be built. We're only talking about the horizontal articulation. And we did offer relief with guidance from planning staff and working with the city to expand the amount of landscape buffering to offset the requirement for horizontal articulation, just because we felt like it was a better addition for the city, a better addition for the project to help with the screening around the neighbor, from the neighbors and from Wintergreen. So,
all right, thank you. Anyone else? Come and state your name and your address, please.
My name is Ella Douglas. I live at 1508 Vermont Avenue. Now, since they was up talking about the trucks and the warehouses, now I've already stated that there is a place off of Elkin over there that they parking 18-wheelers over there as business. I turned that in. I don't know if it's still going on or not, because a guy ran behind me, chasing me down, but I didn't take him to my address. And then the other day, coming down Cedardale, 18-wheeler coming down, and since I don't never see no police, I just act like I was the police. I just got out. And I let him know the sign said not to come down. He almost ran over me. Here I am going to Houston School Road. He wouldn't even wait until I take the turn. He went in that lane and almost flipped his truck over. And I tried to get the information, but I didn't get that one. But I have called in, and 911, I don't call 911, I call the non-emergency number. If you would check the police department, several times I have called. There's 18-wheelers parked over in my neighborhood on the boardwalk and Kentucky all the time. And I explained to them, why are y'all putting tags on there and warning them instead of putting tickets? Because I already know my son is 18-wheel driver. He said they get tickets, they get their license taken from them. But this is going on all the time. They don't have nothing to do with those signs. No 18-wheelers on this end, Cedardale and Lancaster, 342, Houston School. They come out of Pollard, they'll come down all the way down to Houston School Road out of there. And I see it all the time. But like I said, I'm going to get on the payroll because I'm doing more than the police. They don't ever be down there. And I done talked to Chief about that before. It's been bad. I've been over there 19 years, and this has been going on ever since I've been there. Now, I knew when I moved there, I checked the sign. It said that the warehouse was coming across the street over there. I went to the first, when they first put the warehouse. I understand that. But they didn't put no entryway off of Cedardale, and that was good. But they still coming down Cedardale all the time. They're coming down Cedardale all the time. And so from now on, what I'll try to do is get the plate number. But that day, that guy was trying to run over me. It was so bad, I had to get out of his way. He was going to run over me. But that's what I'm saying. I try not to get up on this podium unless I got something good to say. But since they got up and talked, I had to back them up. It's happening. It's really happening since these warehouses. And it's nothing that we can do about it because we trust y'all to get what we need in our community. And I've been over here 19 years, and like I said, and just about everybody on the podium knows me. I am concerned because if I could move out, I would have been gone a long time ago.
All right, anyone else? At this time, we're going to close the public hearing portion of this item. Council, what is your pleasure?
Mayor, make a motion to close the public hearing.
No, you don't have to do it.
You don't do it close? Okay. I'd like to say a few words. Right. Or actually, I've got a few questions for staff. So today we're not going over the zoning, correct? It's just this is a variance for the vertical articulation.
That is correct.
Okay.
This property has already been zoned.
So by right, the developer has the right to develop the warehouse that he wants, or they want, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Councilmember Mejia, they're only asking for a special exception related to the vertical and horizontal articulation. and to ensure that there's adequate screening, they're going above and beyond what our minimum requirements are, adding additional.
So we're making a trade for extra landscaping for the vertical articulation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
And then I have a question for the applicant, please. So the extra landscaping that's going to be placed on site, that's going to run along wintergreen and then also on the back side. Do I understand correctly?
Yes, sir. Yeah, primarily it's on.
There's a natural buffer there already with a creek that runs through there.
That's correct.
Correct. So the extra landscaping is going to enhance to take away from the visibility, I guess, is, adding to what's already there.
Correct.
And it looks like, with our packet here, it looks like the activity of this center takes place in the front on Longhorn. When I say activity, I'm talking the backing into the building to load and unload products.
The office entrances will be along Longhorn, and the curb cuts are along Longhorn, not along. We have no curb cut on Wintergreen.
Okay. So the activity takes place in the back then,
The loading area, yes, sir.
the loading. Okay. And you have one building, kind of the line with the property line and the natural barrier, and then the other one kind of is twisted the other way. It kind of, as I notice, as it kind of takes off on an angle there. So.
Yeah. So that'll be more interior to the other building.
Okay. But all of the enhancements for the additional enhancements for landscaping is going to be placed in the back primarily.
Yes. I mean, we focused with guidance from planning staff. We focused the majority of our additional landscaping above the code requirement at Wintergreen.
Do we know when that project's going to start to take place?
When it'll start construction?
Yes.
Later this year.
Later on this year.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, council, what's your pleasure?
With that in mind, I make a motion to approve the public agenda item at question.
All right.
Can I say something before?
Yeah, okay.
Just want the citizens of Lancaster to know that I feel your frustration about the warehouses. And I've heard this time and time again. Again, this particular deal is not whether to bring a warehouse. It's a different vote that we're doing today. But I just want you to know I do feel your frustration about all the warehouses. And I will try to do what I can do to slow them down or whatever. I'm only one vote, but I'll do what I have to do to continue to serve you guys. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, there's been a motion and a second to approve public hearing item number 2. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those who oppose say no.
No.
Those who abstain say I abstain. All right, it carries. That moves us to public hearing item number 3. City Secretary.
AM 26-29, conduct a public hearing and consider a request to amend the 2020 Master Thoroughfare Plan to increase the right-of-way width along with a segment of Sunrise Road between Beltline Road and Loop 9 from a 100-foot major arterial type B right-of-way to a 100-foot right-of-way.
City Manager.
Mayor, members of council, in October of 2021, we approved a resolution number 2021-10-88, in support of the Dallas County Sunrise Road Phase 2 feasibility study, and we selected alignment number 2. And this preferred alignment is in coordination with the Master Capital Improvement Program that is led by Dallas County, where the city of Lancaster is having increased and upgrading our infrastructure in the area. As a part of this project, Dallas County was awarded $25 million in the federal RAISE grant program for the Inland Port Multimodal Connectivity Project, of which Sunrise Road is a portion of that project. As a part of this project, it requires the city to amend our master thoroughfare plan to align with the scope of the entire project. And therefore, this item is coming before you to conduct a public hearing for the purpose of amending our master thoroughfare plan to increase our right-of-way width from 100 feet to 105 feet along this corridor. And this item it was presented at the July 7th Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, where the P&Z did recommend approval of the item as it was presented. This notice and that notice, the meeting for that notice was done on June 20th in the newspaper of record, The Rambler. We have received no letters of support or opposition to the project. Staff is recommending approval as it has been presented, and we'd be happy to answer any questions.
Council, do you have any questions for the city manager or staff? All right. At this time, we would open the public hearing portion of this item. Is anyone in the audience care to speak on it? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. Council, what's your pleasure?
Mayor, I make a motion to approve item 3, M26-29.
I second.
All right.
That's to accept the alignment number 2.
No, we've already accepted alignment number 2. This is to amend our right-of-way width, to amend the master thoroughfare plan.
Okay.
Our thoroughfare plan calls for 100 feet of right-of-way,
Yes.
and this is to increase that width to 105 feet.
Okay, all right.
All right, there's been a motion and a second to approve public hearing item number 3. All in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed say no. Those who abstain say abstain. All right, it carries. That moves us to item number 4, City Secretary.
M26-32, conduct a public hearing and consider a request to amend the 2020 Master Thoroughfare Plan by reducing the right-of-way for Jefferson Street between Pleasant Run Road and West Wintergreen Road from a 100-foot minor arterial to a 90-foot right-of-way, and by reclassifying Pleasant Run Road between North Dallas Avenue and Lancaster Hutchins Road from a 120-foot major arterial type A to a 100-foot major arterial type B.
City Manager.
Mayor, members of council, this project is also in coordination with Dallas County. This one is with the Major Capital Improvement Program that is led by Dallas County, and it originated as a part of the 7th call for projects in which the city of Lancaster was a participant, and we received funding. In December of 2020, the County Commissioner's Court approved funding for the project, which included improvements to Jefferson Street and Pleasant Run Road. This is also kind of contiguous with what we know as the hockey stick project, where we have the city has committed $1.5 million in funds toward construction, and Dallas County has a total project cost estimating $12.75 million dollars of the project. 8.25 of that is coming from TxDOT, with an additional 3.0 million coming from Dallas County. Because our master thoroughfare plan shows our right-of-way width being larger, we're going to be reducing the right-of-way width in this project to be in alignment with the planned scope for the hockey stick project. Staff is recommending approval of this item. It was presented to our Planning and Zoning Commission at their July 7th regular meeting. It was noticed in the Rambler, a newspaper of record, on June 20th. We have received no letters of support or opposition to this project, and again, we are recommending approval of the item as it has been presented, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have at this time.
Council, do you have any questions for the city manager or staff?
So I do have a question on that, is because it's been delayed because they were doing their engineering. Are we closer to that if we're getting this approved to align with what they're requesting with our thoroughfare plan? Where are they on their engineering that we're going to be able to actually see this hockey stick?
So this is part of, that's how this came about, is through the engineering. So we're at 30% design on plans. And so design typically takes 12 to 18 months on a project, and we're at 30% today.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, at this time, we will open the public hearing portion on this item. Is there anyone in the audience care to speak? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Council, what's your pleasure?
I make a motion to approve public hearing item 4, which is M26-32.
Second.
All right, there's been a motion and a second to approve public hearing item number 4. All in favor say aye.
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 Those who oppose say no. Those who abstain say I abstain. It carries. All right, that moves us to our action part of our agenda tonight, item number 5. City Secretary.
Discuss and consider amending Table 1AU, grading, filing, and excavating permit fees of the master fee schedule.
City Manager.
Mayor, members of council, you all identified the city to improve our development process and move things along, make it speedier and more expeditious for developers to do their work. And we've identified an opportunity in the way our master fee schedule is done when it comes to grading and excavating permits. Today, we utilize Table 1A, which is based on the value of a project. By changing our methodology to being per acre, it will allow a more expeditious process. They know how much dirt they're going to disturb. If it's a 10-acre project, they know that they're going to be disturbing that amount of land. They're able to get their fee. It's a flat fee per acre up front and move the process along. And so we are recommending an amendment to our master fee schedule to go from basing it off of valuation to a flat fee, which we believe will make it more expeditious for developers to move through our development process. As a part of your agenda item, we did show you how it is done with our survey cities, and the majority of our survey cities have a flat fee versus a valuation fee. And we're recommending this item be approved as it has been presented, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have at this time.
All right, council, do you have any questions for the city manager or staff? All right, what's your pleasure?
I make a motion to approve item 5.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve action item number 5. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those who oppose say no. Those who abstain say abstain. It carries. That moves us to action item number 6. City Secretary.
Discuss and consider the Park Advisory Board's recommended priority project for the community house in Roy Crawford Park.
City Manager.
Mayor, members of council, each year during your presentation, you receive a presentation related to excess fund opportunities and one-time projects. During that work session, April 6th, it was identified that we needed to consult and review with the Park Advisory Board related to that. You had a joint meeting on June 1st with the Park Advisory Board where there was an update to our parks master plan. Following that, the Park Advisory Board had an independent meeting on June 17th to review the projects, and they are recommending, as funding is available, that the top 2 projects for funding should be the community house, followed by Roy Crawford Park. And understanding that we will be doing this in incremental phases, this will allow staff, as resources become available, to implement without having to pause and determine what that project recommendation should be. On July 17th, at the Park and Recreation Advisory Board meeting, they had a meeting and they recommended the community house in Roy Crawford Park, and staff is concurring with their recommendations and recommending approval as this item has been presented, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
All right, council, do you have any questions or comments?
I believe that I would like to call out the fact that Roy Crawford Park, which has some of these improvements, is a sensory park that we have, and it's the only one in our community, and we're working to make it more accessible and being more attractive for people that have challenges. So I commend the park board and the council for supporting this. And with that, I make a motion to approve item 6 and accept the recommendations.
All right, there's been a motion and a second to approve action item number 6. All in favor say aye.
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 Those who oppose say no. Those who abstain say I abstain. All right, it carries. That moves us to action item number 7. City Secretary.
M26-27, consider an ordinance granting a special exception to Section 1-04, C2 of the General Construction Design Manual to not provide the required 5-foot sidewalk on the property legally described as Lot 12, Block D, out of the Brownlee Park Addition, addressed as 3350 Bellamy Avenue, City of Lancaster, Dallas County, Texas.
City Manager.
Mayor, members of council, the item before you this evening is a special exception request not to include sidewalks on property that is addressed as 3350 Balamede Avenue. The property is zoned commercial highway. It is a 3,000 square foot facility that is proposed to be housed by an electrician, where he would like to have his office space as well as his business storage space. The property is a newly constructed facility, and as a part of the standard development requirements, it requires installation of a sidewalk. Along Balamede Avenue in this area, it is not curb and gutter, it's just a drainage channel. The engineering department has reviewed their civil plans and reviewed the project and has no objection with the request for a waiver of the sidewalks, with there not being underground drainage utilities in the area. And staff is recommending approval of the exception request as it has been presented, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have at this time.
All right, council, do you have any questions for the city manager or the staff? Seeing none, what's your pleasure?
Mayor, I make a motion to approve
Second.
Number 7 as is.
All right, there's been a motion and a second to approve action item number 7. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say abstain. It carries. That moves us to action item number 8. City Secretary.
Discuss and consider a resolution ratifying an amended and restated performance agreement between Noble Lancaster LLC and Lancaster Economic Development Corporation LEDC to allocate up to $350,000 to promote the development of a Starbucks on Houston School Road and potentially another quick service restaurant, and establish an effective date.
City Manager.
Mayor, members of council, Shane Shepherd, our Director of Economic Development, will be the staff liaison on this item.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, and City Manager. The item before you is an incentive agreement with Noble Lancaster LLC to offset a portion of the developer's expense. Noble is a Dallas-based development firm. Subject to the incentive, they plan to build a Starbucks at the southeast corner of I-20 and North Houston School Road, just south of Quick Trip. The lease with Starbucks will run for 10 years. Noble has indicated that without the incentive, they are unable to proceed with the project. City Council originally approved the incentives for this project in August of 2024. Since then, due to national management changes, Starbucks revised its strategy and discontinued the original site layout. Noble worked with Starbucks on a new concept that is twice the size of the original plan at a cost of $2.1 million to accommodate the updated corporate requirements. The amended restated agreement reflects these changes. The incentive request is $350,000, $150,000 to offset the cost of this development, and an additional $200,000 to encourage the developer to build a second quick service restaurant within the community no later than June 30th, 2028, the same date that the Starbucks must also obtain their certificate of occupancy. The city attorney has reviewed and approved the resolution and agreement. This item was considered at the Lancaster Economic Development Corporation's regular meeting May 21, 2026, and is before City Council tonight in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. The total incentive cost is $350,000. Staff estimates the city will receive $400,000 annually from new sales tax and property tax revenue. Council may approve the resolution as presented or deny it. Staff recommends approval of this grant as presented and would be happy to answer questions at this time, and the developer is here also to answer questions if you have any of him as well.
Council, do you have any questions for Mr. Shane?
I don't have any questions, I have some comments.
Okay.
I think $350,000 is pretty heavy for a Starbucks, maybe a fast food restaurant. I can't support this. I was hoping to get better developments on this. How, are you doing this because Starbucks supposedly grinds their own coffee? Is that how you're getting this done?
That's the qualifier that we talked with the city attorney with.
So that's where they're getting their in? Because the economic development money that we have now can't go to restaurants or stores or anything like that. It has to be a manufacturing, the way our economic development is set up, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so the way we're getting through this is because we're saying that Starbucks grinds their own coffee?
That's correct, and I would rather defer that to the legal.
Okay.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. That is correct. When we're doing economic development, we look at a variety of factors, including the QSIP codes, which classify various activities, and it's our opinion that the on-site grinding counts as a manufacturing operation because they sell that not only as a end product in the coffee that they make, but also by a bag as a final manufactured product.
Do you know the percentage of the manufactured coffee, what percentage that makes up of their business?
I do not.
Yeah, I can't support this.
All right, any other questions or comments?
I just clarify that the other caveat for this is that the developer is to bring forward another
Correct.
fast food.
So it's $150,000 for the Starbucks as it will go at Northeast School Road and I-30 or I-20. If the developer brings another restaurant, we'll apply another $200,000 to the Starbucks development, but only if they bring another restaurant in that same period.
Thank you.
Is that on that site, or is that within the city?
It stays within the city.
Within the city.
Correct.
All right, any other questions?
Is the developer here? Please.
State your name and your address for the
Sure.
record.
Waylon Longino, 3236 Bryn Mawr, Dallas, Texas. Just to clarify, it's not $350,000 for a Starbucks. It's $150 for the Starbucks. If there's another restaurant that's developed within this time frame, then it would be that incurring that additional amount. So it's not just particularly this one building. But any questions you may have, and I can help you answer.
No, so it's 150 for the Starbucks footprint.
That's
Okay.
right. That's right.
And then,
And I will say, previously what was approved here was a drive-through only. That's what they were going forward with. Much smaller site, 10 parking spaces. We fully permitted it, approved it originally. And then new CEO, new CFO, new chief development officer, all at Starbucks said we're not doing this anymore. So it was dead in the water. We worked with them. They came up with a new prototype design. This will probably be one of the first 5 in the country built if this is approved.
okay.
100% brick. Landscaped within the patio, there's landscaping.
Sure.
Like, it's an incredible looking building. I mean, it's nicer than anything I've seen them do in 20 years I've been doing this.
There was pictures in our package.
Okay, perfect. And then the size also, you couldn't even walk into the other one.
Right.
This one here, you'll be able to sit down. It's 80% or 90% larger. So it's a much better product,
Okay.
in my opinion.
And then another restaurant could go anywhere, and then that $200,000 goes to the Starbucks, or would it go to the restaurant?
That I don't know how that works with you guys, but
Due to what Councilmember Mejia was talking about, it couldn't go to like a Qdoba specifically because they're not producing something. However, we can encourage a Qdoba, for instance, by giving more money towards the Starbucks if the developer does an additional thing.
Okay.
So the money is going to Starbucks.
If they bring the second restaurant, yes.
All right, any
So
other?
I wanted clarification from the developer because
Yes, ma'am.
you not only developed here, you did the Chick-fil-A over in DeSoto.
That's right. Yeah.
And there was a Starbucks over there.
that's right. I did all that in the
Yes.
medical
And
facility
so
there.
the quality product that I've seen that he brings forward, and hopefully this will be quicker than the 4 years you've had in Dallas.
Oh,
So-
yeah, Dallas is a whole other animal.
So,
No, I mean, we
no,
work with Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, all the national guys. That's typically what we're developing, and
just the fact that there's track record of
Okay.
quality that he brings forward.
thank you. Any other questions?
Anyone else? All right,
So I'd like to make a motion to approve the resolution on number 8, please.
Second.
all right, there's been a motion and a second to approve action item number 8. All in favor, say aye.
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 Those opposed, say no.
No.
Those who abstain, shall abstain. All right, it carries. That moves us to action item number 9, City Secretary.
The discuss and consider a resolution ratifying a grant agreement between Mayflower Star LLC and the Lancaster Economic Development Corporation, LEDC, an amount not to exceed $140,000 from funds collected from 1/4 of 1% additional sales and use tax for the promotion and development of a new and expanded business enterprises as authorized by state law.
City Manager.
Mayor, members of council, our Economic Development Director, Shane Shepherd, will be the staff liaison on this item.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, and City Manager. This item and the next item are companion items, so I will talk about both of them in the same narrative. On February 26, 2024, City Council approved incentives for a hotel project at 405 Hannah Lane. Under that agreement, the developer was required to occupy the facility by January 31, 2028, invest no less than $10 million, and deliver 100 rooms across 60,000 square feet. Meeting space was not required for a single hotel. Council approved business and personal property tax rebates at 40% for 5 years. In the same agreement, Council structured an enhanced incentive that would apply if a related development group built a second hotel on the adjacent site. If that group matched the $10 million investment for a total of $20 million and a 10,000 square foot meeting space was developed between the two sites, both development groups would receive a property tax rebate of 50% for 7 years, and business personal property tax 50% for 10 years, and a 50% rebate from the hotel occupancy tax funds for 10 years. The development group also wanted to build a car wash on the site. Council approved the development agreement allowing the car wash, but only after the hotels were built. The Residence Inn developer determined that fitting both the hotel and the car wash on the site was not feasible and pressed staff to to push for a car wash first and a hotel second. The request was delayed the entire project, and Residence Inn car wash developer is still weighing their options. To avoid holding up Homewood Suites, that project, while the discussion continues, the Homewood Suites developer is requesting to be decoupled from the shared incentive request so it can move forward. So tonight's incentive is a request from Mayflower Star LLC. That developer proposes to build a Homewood Suites or comparable hotel at 405 Hannah Lane with 110 rooms and 5,000 square feet of meeting space at an investment of no less than $10 million for a 60,000 square foot facility. To receive the incentives, the developer must obtain a building permit by May 31st, 2027, and must have a certificate of occupancy by January 31st, 2030. The incentive request is a 45% rebate on business personal property and real property taxes for 5 years, a 50% rebate on hotel occupancy tax derived from that facility for 10 years, and a $140,000 cash grant to reimburse development cost if any of the following is met. The development is completed within 2 years instead of 3 years, or the meeting space is not 5,000 square feet, it's 10,000 square feet, or a quick service restaurant is developed on the adjacent site next to that hotel as approved by the city manager, or the funds are applied towards the purchase of the site's surplus property should the Lancaster Economic Development Corporation determine it's a property that they would like to acquire and is for sale. The incentive package conforms to the adopted hotel incentive policy. The city attorney has reviewed and approved the resolution and agreement, and this item is being considered tonight in accordance to the Texas Open Meetings Act. The total incentive cost is estimated to be $420,000 over 10 years, plus the $140,000 Economic Development Corporation incentive if one of the add-ons is achieved. Staff estimates that the project will generate $1,128,000 in new tax revenue over the 10-year period. Council may approve the resolutions as presented or deny them. Staff recommends approval of these incentives as presented and would be happy to answer questions at this time should you have any.
Right, Council, do you have any questions for Mr. Shane?
I would like to make a statement simply because of the fact that we did talk to the development group or the people, the Homewood Suites, and they were very positive about the this development corporation, that they do what they say and that he has developed in surrounding areas and does a quality job. So being able to have that backup when we were out at the ICSC was very positive to give us even more incentive to encourage someone of this quality that has a track record that will bring quality. Plus, the opportunity, maybe we will get a meeting area which would be very needed on our side of 35. So that's just from the experience of our visit out in ICSC.
All right, anyone else?
So, the original had 2 hotels. This is all being shifted. We're just severing the ties with the second organization. The car wash isn't even in this package. Now it's all for the hotel and a accompanying restaurant, should there be a restaurant on that site.
That is correct.
Okay. And that other company, are they still in the mix, or are they just?
They're still in the mix. Yes, they're still in the mix is the bottom line, yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Anyone else? All right, what's your pleasure?
Make a motion to approve item 10.
Second.
All right, there's been a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's
9.
item 9, isn't it?
Yeah, 9.
Yes.
9, yeah, I'm sorry. There's been a motion and a second to approve action item number 9. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those who oppose say no. Those who abstain say abstain. All right, it carries. That moves us to action item number 10. City Secretary.
Discuss and consider a resolution approving the First Amendment to Chapter 380 Economic Development Agreement by and between the City of Lancaster and Mayflower Star LLC.
And as Mr. Shane stated, this is a companion to item number 9. Do you have any questions? Seeing none, what's your pleasure?
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve action item number 10.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve action item number 10. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose say no. Those who abstain say abstain. All right, it carries. That moves us to action item number 11. City Secretary.
Discuss and consider a resolution ratifying a grant agreement with Kyoto Brew LLC and the Lancaster Economic Development Corporation in an amount not to exceed $45,000 from funds collected from the 1/4 of 1% additional sales and use tax to allow expansion of a bakery operation and seating to promote and develop an expanded business enterprise as authorized by state law.
All right, City Manager.
Mayor, members of council, our Economic Development Director, Shane Shepherd, will be the staff liaison on this item.
All right, good evening, Mayor, City Council, and City Manager. This item before you is a performance agreement with Kyoto Brew LLC, a local startup that opened at 121 Historic Town Square on February 13th, 2025. Kyoto Brew previously received an LEDC grant ratified by City Council on January 9th, 2023, and was recognized by D Magazine's Best of Big D 2025 Awards announced this past December. Kyoto is requesting a grant not to exceed $45,000 to offset a portion of cost of expanding its bakery operations and improving its patio, including additional seating. Anticipated costs total approximately $100,000. The work is phased over 2.5 years, with a minimum investment required for each phase before the phases incentives are paid. Phase 1 is the north patio with a minimum investment of $30,000 completed by December 31st, 2026. Phase 2 is the bakery expansion with a minimum investment of $25,000 completed by December 31st, 2027. And Phase 3 is the west patio with a minimum investment of $20,000 completed by December 31st, 2028. Combined, the 3 phases require a minimum investment of $75,000. The LEDC reimburses actual expenses incurred and paid at the conclusion of each phase upon receipt, with a total payment under the agreement capped at $45,000 or 50% of the actual cost, whichever one is less. The developer is also obligated to maintain bakery obligations through December 31st, 2029, maintain the facility certificate of occupancy through December 31st, 2030, and pay all city-related development fees. The city attorney has reviewed and approved the resolution and agreement as to form. This item was considered by the Lancaster Economic Development Corporation's regular meeting on May 21, 2026, and is before City Council tonight in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. The total cost to the city will not exceed $45,000. Expenditures will be budgeted in future budget years. Council may approve the resolution as presented or deny it. Staff recommends approval for this grant as presented, and happy to answer questions should you have any. And the developer and business owner is here also should you have questions for them.
All right, council, do you have any questions?
No, but I would like for the business owner to come forward.
Hi, good evening. My name is Estelle Hernandez. I'm at 202 Creekwood Drive, Lancaster 75146, and I'm happy to answer any questions council, city manager, and mayor may have today.
I don't have any questions for you, but I do want to commend you and your business. From the day that you opened, you have not disappointed. If anything, we are considered the shining star of Texas, but you have allowed us to shine a little brighter. And being that I often get calls wanting to know where can one actually meet with someone or just to have a little snack or something, but you have outseated yourself. And the one thing I personally can attest to is your sourdough bread. I mean, it's on point. I really do love it. And I just want you to keep up the good work because you're doing a great job.
That's very kind. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Any other comments?
Just clarification on this. This is to help expand that you can make more of the
Yes,
sourdough
correct.
bread.
Yes, currently the way
Because
it's set up.
capacity is limited right now.
Yes, we
and
can't meet demand.
It does not meet the expectation of the orders that are coming in. So kudos. I agree for everything that y'all have done and continue to have that excellent. Plus, bringing in innovative sushi and sake and the blues night and just being open.
Councilman Stringbirch, you're making us hungry. All right, council, what's your pleasure?
I make a motion to approve item 11.
A second.
All right, there's been a motion and a second to approve action item number 11. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. All right, it carries.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you. All right, council, that moves us up to our executive session. City Secretary.
The City Council shall convene an executive session pursuant to Section 551.074A1 of the Texas Government Code to deliberate the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, to wit, city attorney.
All right, council, it is now 8:02. Please meet us in the boardroom. right, council, we are reconvening into open session at 8:29. What's your pleasure?
Mayor, I make a motion to accept the letter of agreement for the city attorney services for Wyatt Hamilton and Finley.
I second.
Attorney firm.
All right, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say abstain. All right, it carries. That concludes our business for tonight, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say abstain. We are adjourned at 8:30 p.m. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
I kind of figured by 9. All right. Marco, tell Kyrene